Good morning, everyone. My name is Kay, and this is my Cave of Possibilities. I've got knitting and yarn stuff to the left of me, cross-stitch to the right, and here I am, stuck in the middle with you. Princess has come to say hello. I'm sure she'll make her presence known throughout the video. She has had a rough morning. Last week I told you that Toby had passed away, mostly due to old age and arthritis and a few other ills. Last weekend, we acquired a little border collie Basenji pup, and while he doesn't want to chase Princess or eat her or any of those things, he is very interested in her and wants to play with her so much. But she is not interested in playing with him at all. So there's a little bit of conflict there. She tells him she doesn't want to play and baps him on the head from time to time, and he's just not getting it. So he is full of puppy energy. My sister adopted him. I don't know that we are going to be keeping him because he is very much a puppy. Uh-oh, you're underneath the thing. Yeah, you're gonna... We didn't knock the tripod over, but it was close. Anyway, he's a lot more puppy than we expected. We were kind of hoping for a couch potato dog, but we kind of got miniature husky. So we're rethinking things. The breeder will take him back, so we're not too worried about it, but it might not be a good fit for the puppy, which is really what it boils down to. What is going on? Honestly, not a whole heck of a lot. I go to work in the morning, I come home in the evening. I haven't been knitting a lot, but, well, we'll show you everything I've been working on. And I think we'll start with a little bit of knitting. Knitting. I have a finish for you guys. I have finished up the All Sorts cape. This is a design by Amba O'Brien. And it turned out just really, it's really fun. It's great, it's bright, it has a unique shape. Let's see. Do like this. Shall I stand up from my chair, my little tool, put it on, do a little modeling for you? Sure, why not? So here you go. It has two little short bits, flop over in the front. I have one, I still need to sew that in. And then the other one, it makes a nice wearable blanket wrap all the way through the back. Quite nice. You can see all my little ends hanging out in the back. They've all been woven in. I just, after I block this, that's when I trim in my ends. So it's just the one end from the cast on edge and one end from the cast off edge that still needs to be woven in. This was a delightful project. Super easy to memorize, super easy pattern. I did I did memorize the repeat, and so that made the project easy and fun. The yarn is from Love and Speckles. It is her Purple Explosion mini skein colorway. I believe it is still for sale on Etsy if you want a whole heck of a lot of purple mini skeins. Right here. Here you go. The yarn was great to work with. I believe I got it in the twist sock, which is the 100% merino, superwash merino base. It was just, it was fun. I'm happy to have it done. Sometimes in the evening while I'm in here just puttering around at the computer or maybe knitting on, one of the other projects. I'll throw this over my shoulders when it's cool and enjoy it. So, great project. That is the All Sorts cape from Amba O'Brien. The next little thing that I've been working on, I've been trying to finish up my Habitation Throw by Helen Stewart. Curious Handmade. And I have reached the halfway point. Let's see, which side is the front? Okay. Not that it matters, since it's mostly garter stitch. Here we go. But just so you can see where I was last time I talked to you is where my line of Christmas trees are. And so I knit up everything above that. And this eyelet line right here in the middle, that's the halfway point. So I have slowly started to decrease on my edges. And it will slowly get smaller and smaller and smaller as I go along. I'm enjoying this. It's very simple. I have learned though that I can't do a whole heck of a lot of garter stitch because it irritates my left wrist, because I make a small movement when I slip the needle in to catch it, and I just, you know, twist my wrist just a little bit, just flick my wrist a bit to grab the yarn and scoop it out. Continental knitter. Anyway, so a lot of garter irritates my wrist just enough that I'm not super anxious about. I can't do a lot of it in one sitting. I really miss doing stockinette because the motion for a row of purling is a lot different to me than a motion for all garter. So if I do knits on one side and then purl on the back side, that gives my wrist a bit of a rest, and so I can knit for a lot longer if I'm alternating knitting and purling instead of just doing all purling. So that is what's happening here. To help me keep track, I made a spreadsheet. So this is where I am going forward. My numbers are getting bigger until I have to put in another stitch marker in. And so that keeps my count straight. So I know that I have made the increases on this side correct. And then on this other side, over here, there we go. I've started to just use the same piece of paper, but going backwards, only it's the decreasing. Once again, to keep myself on track and to make sure that I have actually made the decreases as I have claimed to have done. So that is what I have been working on as far as heavy duty. Well, it's not really heavy duty knitting, it's just what I've been focused on. Let's put this aside. There we go. Let's see. I have just a couple little purchases as far as yarn goes. I purchased this beautiful set from Miss Babs. I apologize for the crinkling, but if I take it out, it'll get covered in cat hair. I'm not ready for this to be covered in cat hair yet, because everything else is. See those bright pinky purples, and then a very, very dark. So this is a a gorgeous combo. And I think I'm going to use it for the Who You Gonna Shawl Knit Busters Mystery Cow that's coming up, and this starts on the 24th of February. It is done by Lyrical Knits, and she has done a couple of mystery knits in the past that have been absolutely fantastic. I've really enjoyed them. This is just a planning sheet, so it's not actually going to tell you anything about the pattern, but you can kind of see some other ideas for the types of yarns that you want to do. So I'm looking forward to this one. I'll work on the Habitation Throw until Who You Gonna Shawl starts, and then I'll have this one be my primary project while Habitation is secondary. And if I finish a clue on Who You Gonna Shawl, then I'll work on Habitation a little bit. Have you found a box? Oh, maybe she'll appear over here. She's over on the desk. So let's put this aside. My last yarny purchase has been a set of mini skeins. I apologize for the crinkling. Mini skeins for Valentine's Day from Mystic Fiber. Yep, Mystic Fiber Co. How could I resist? These are my colors. All the purples and the pinks and the happiness. That's just fun. There are 12 mini skeins in this pack, and I chose a DK yarn because I was thinking, oh, I could make a DK scarf, you know, and I don't have a lot of DK, and just for something different, so I wouldn't have all fingering weight mini skeins. I'll get some that are DK. Well, brain was not fully thinking things through because I need 24 or so DK mini skeins to get a scarf. Whereas if I had gone fingering, most patterns are written for half. So if I've got 20 grams of fingering yarn, I could use 10 grams is what most patterns are written for mini skein patterns. So I could, you know, go one way out and then reverse it, and I'd have plenty of yarn to do that. I don't know if that's the case with mini skein patterns calling for a DK weight. I don't know if it'll use all of my DK weight. So I'm kind of in a holding pattern. I don't know what I'm going to knit this up into. If you have any great ideas about a DK scarf or shawl pattern, preferably shawl or wrap, triangular, rectangular, I like both. I would love to hear your ideas. I have 12 40-gram, is it 40 grams or 40 yards? 20 grams, 40 yards. That's what it is. Mini skeins in this gorgeous, gorgeous set. So if you have any ideas of what a great project would be for me to use these super cute mini skeins, I would love to hear that. I want to hear all your suggestions and ideas. See what we can come up with for these mini skeins, because they're adorable, right? Of course. Let's see. I'm going to clear the decks and we'll grab my few cross-stitch things. As far as cross-stitch goes, I have been working on finishing up my Gypsy Mermaid by Ravelry. I've just worked on the little emblem up here at the very, very top of the pattern. Yeah, that's showing good. I only have a few more rows of the yellow to fill in, then some dark brown to put in here. I mean, it's less than 25 stitches and I would be done with the cross stitches, and then I could start doing the fill-in with all the back stitching and all the beading. So she is really approaching close to being finished. I am stitching her with, well, it's my own conversion. I almost said with the called for flosses, and that's just not true because I've changed them around left, right, and upside down. She's just rolled up. I'm being lazy, not unrolling it for you. Anyway, so it'll be beads and backstitch time, and this is a Waterlily linen. I believe I'm using 32 count. Yep, I'm using a 32 count linen. I do love the Waterlily linen. It's such a nice soft green. In some pictures it looks a little gray, but I find it to be more very nice and soft green. It's a nice fabric. I've used it for a lot of things. Several mermaids. So this is what I've been actively stitching on, although not a lot of stitching, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer. Maybe by the end of the year I'll have finally got her done. Tuck her into my super fancy Rubbermaid tote of everything. Let's show you a couple pictures of things that I have had framed up in the past little while. This gorgeous thing, I forget the name of the pattern, but it was a really, really fun stitch. I know it came as a kit. It was all in French. So I used the kit fabrics, not the kit fabrics, the kit flosses to stitch this up. And I think I used the purple, the linen. It's a Lugana, an even weave. It was sent to me by Belinda, Aussie Stitcher, way, way, way back in the day, and it just turned out to be a really perfect linen Laguna even weave for this to go on. And then when I took it in to be framed, The lovely ladies there suggested the super bright purple matte, and then we chose a nice sort of understated white frame with a little bit of aging brushed onto it. And this has just turned out really, really fun. So it hangs on the wall just above my computer, so I see it every day. Absolutely worth it. This one is beautiful. That was one of the first ones that I had framed up when I decided to go on my framing blitz. And then this one I just picked up on Friday. So this is the first Pansies teacup that I finished stitching last year, and I showed this guys to you last week. We decided to do a super simple white cream colored matte. You barely see the transition between the stitching and the matte, at least from what I can see. But I really like this sort of silvery, shiny frame. The molding is really simple, but I think it pulls out the purples, there we go, in the stitching really quite well. And I love it. I haven't decided where I'm going to hang it up yet. There are a couple spots. We'll just hang it on the wall and it'll be fun. And I'll look at it every single day. So those are the two little cross-stitch things that I have got framed. Well, that one yesterday, the other a little bit ago. Let's see, so that is all that I have been working very hard on in as far as knitting and cross-stitch goes. I'll reset and I guess we'll talk about the latest obsession that we're just down the rabbit hole merrily, merrily. So the current obsession is Lego. Lots and lots of Lego. And I'm having the best time playing with Lego with my 7 and 10-year-old nieces. We, somewhere along the line, I discovered the Vidiyo line from Lego that they've since discontinued. But delightfully enough, the prices of the discontinued sets has not skyrocketed. It's either stayed the same or even decreased a little bit. The concept behind it was you would use a Lego provided app to take pictures of your minifigs in their stage and do like an augmented reality, you know, like Pokemon Go, where you look at the world and there's their Pokemon figures in it. Anyway, like that, an augmented reality, and your minifigures in these sets could dance and sing and do a little mini video. And I think maybe the original idea was so you could upload it to it was Lego trying to be TikTok only safe for 10-year-olds. It didn't succeed very well, and so they ended up canceling it. But I have discovered that these are they're perfect for the girls. So here's the sets that I've actually helped them build. I told them, you know, we built them together, and so there's 2 of them. So one would build the steps on one page and one would build the steps on the other page, just to keep it mostly fair and even. So here is the first stage we built together. It is, I think, the Candy Castle concert stage, and it's fun because the speakers spin around, so you can either have candy or chocolate speakers. There we go. Chocolate speakers. You can have the candy bear on top, spin it around. There's your chocolate bear with his earphones on. The minifigures are really just a lot of fun. They have excellent molding, excellent design work, paint on them. Fun. So we have the Sugar Plum Singer and a Blueberry Dark guy. Drum set, stage, lights, and whatnot. Then behind, you know, backstage, we've got the chocolate hot tub, a little dressing table. Dressing tables on this side, whatnot. These are cute. These are fun. Well, they were over earlier today, and we had all of the stages out, and we were playing and singing and having a good time. Now this one is a little bit bigger, but it reminds me of my childhood days well, it speaks of the 80s to me. This is the, oh, I forget what it is. Anyway, it's really, really cute and really, really 80s. So we've got a bunny on guitar, we've got a cat on a keytar, we have a winged unicorn down here who is our main singer. Like the other one, the stage is turned. You can choose what kind of speakers you want facing out. These up, down, around, and the top spins as well. So from bunny to unicorn. Fun. This one was a little more complex to build, but the girls and I, we put it together. I showed, well, if the 7-year-old got stuck, I showed her kind of what to do, but we were able to put it together, and we had a whole heck of a lot of fun having a concert this morning on the kitchen table with both stages going, singing whatever is popular for the wee kids, because I don't know what's popular anymore. I'm still living in the 80s with the new wave, you know, British Invasion, The Cure, and Pet Shop Boys, all that good stuff. That's where my musical tastes have landed. They had a bunch of blind boxes, so I've picked up some of the blind boxes. We've got an alien guitarist, ice cream saxophone dude, which is perfect for the candy one. Where's our, we got a, oh, here's a rabbit who's totally perfect for the 80s stage. Just random fun stuff. They had bigger boxes. Here's a mermaid with an ice cream cone tail. And these were called little beat boxes. So we use those. We get all the people out. They all populate our stages. I've got a couple more stages that I can build that I really am looking forward to. So that's what I've been building with the little girls, and we've been having so much fun. Lots and lots of fun, right along with our box of random. We get that out and play with that too. Not building with the girls, I've been in love with some of the simpler $10 to $15 sets. Here is this darling spring set that I put together the other day. Just a pair of bunnies. They clip really easy to their stand right there on the single one. There we go. It's hard to do it backwards looking at yourself in the screen. So these are cute. There were extra colors of these little egg bits and flower bits. So more of those. This was a nice, relaxing afternoon build that I really enjoyed. And then at work, I have a couple of random sea creature things. Uh-oh, we lost an eyeball. I'll have to find that. Anyway. Wally got in here earlier today, Wally being the puppy, and picked this one up and knocked it on the floor, and it looks like one of his, well, he's got an eyeball there, no eyeball here, so it's underneath the chair somewhere. I gotta get down there and look at it. Anyway, this one, a $10 set with a dolphin and the sea turtle. This was one that was a delightful build. Some interesting build techniques. The dolphin's articulated in a couple spaces. The sea turtle as well, he can move his fins, his flippers. His flippers, no, you can't see that. His flippers move, his head moves. So fun. Just cute, cute, cute. I have a bunch of little sea creature-y things at work, so maybe this one will go to work and join the random sea creature collection at work. I don't know why I have sea creatures at work. I just do. On Thursday night, the girls decided to do crafty stitching night, but instead of going up and actually crafting or stitching, we went to the Lego store in, where is it? The Fashion Place Mall. Fashion Place? Yes. Over off of State Street. Had a good time poking around. I made a couple little goofy minifigs out of their Build-A-Minifig bin. And then I picked up this cute project for Valentine's Day, and I put it together, but I only have the box to show you because I took it to work and hung it on the on my bulletin board. So it's all purples and, well, it's all pinks and greens and happy, and it's on my bulletin board at work. So that was a joy. And I also picked up this one. This is the Wildflower Bouquet. Look how fun that is, you guys. All those flowers. They're using interesting pieces to get the look of various flora. Super excited. Maybe after I finish filming this for you guys, I will sit down and get after this and get it put together, because it looks like a whole heck of a lot of fun. That'll be nice. So that's it as far as crafting stuff goes and building stuff goes. I told you about the puppy. He may not be staying just because he's a good puppy. It's just he might not be the right fit for our family. He's far, far more energetic than what we were prepared for, and he's a little stubborn. We're used to the herding dogs that are very, very anxious to please and will do whatever you say just to make you happy. Whereas he's more, you know, like a husky, very independent, doesn't really, he likes people, he likes being around people, he wants to see people all the time, but he's not interested in pleasing people. And so we're having a hard time figuring out the best way to train him. So it is what it is. We may not be the best family for him, but he is not a bad dog by any means. Anyway, is that everything, Princess? Is that everything? I think it might be everything. All right. I'm going to go build some Lego and maybe think about editing this. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you are not under the weather. We're having gray days. Super bright enough to film, but I'm facing a window. Anyway, I hope you all are doing okay. One step forward and one step up, my friends. Kindness never doesn't cost you anything and helps out quite a bit. Hugs and stitches, everyone. Bye.